Next on the agenda is the OSPCA Environment Assessment. We need to turn off the light. Do we need to? Okay. Okay. We don't. I know that we were promised an environmental assessment tonight, but Dennis can explain why he doesn't have it.
Yeah, we're about 50% completed. We received 14 comment letters, and of the 14, 3 were from Kahaluu community organizations or residents. So we're addressing those comments. So the EA is about 50% complete. It's 40 pages right now, so it'll be about 80 pages when completed. So it'll probably be complete in September. So I'm just having a PowerPoint showing the site plan and next steps, the status. I'll keep it short, knowing that we're a little over time.
Is this the right one?
Yes. Yeah. So you can go to the second slide, please. I don't know why it does that. Yeah. So yeah, real quick, I think we discussed that earlier in a previous meeting. The project originally we received a exemption declaration from DPP, but it was rescinded later that year in 2015. So the EA is required. So the EA, the approving agency for the EA will be DPP. So the target submittal to DPP is early September. So realistically, we probably can't submit to OAQC till later that month, or maybe October. Depends on DPP's review on the anticipated finding of no significant impact. Next slide. So I just summarized the project description on this slide, but I provided the section for you, that one page write-up, summarizing what the project description is. So the foundation will be raised 4 feet above ground. The 2 agricultural structures will be that houses the animals will be 3,920 square feet each, and there will be a 40 space parking lot, and yeah, the other items there. I'm just kind of trying to fly through because I'm anticipating questions. So the site plan, the rectangular area is the L-shaped area is the structures, the proposed structures, and then the driveway is the coming, I guess, above that, the top of the site plan, that 1,100 linear feet driveway from Kamehameha Highway. And I know originally you said there was going to be a pond, but there's no pond in this is the current site plan. So this is the site plan we're moving forward with. So it would be the 40 space parking lot and the 2 structures. And that's it for the major areas items. And then that's the fence plan for the, there'll be a fence, 6 foot high square metal fence around the project. And next slide is the kind of the visual of the 2 structures, how it'll look on site, kind of a, so they're 3,920 square feet each. Next slide is, so that's just a quick summary of the EA update. So currently we're responding to all comment letters, and each comment letter will receive a response letter, and all comment letters and response letters will be an appendix to the EA, which is required. And again, it'll be submitted to DPP in September, and the public will get another opportunity to comment once the draft EA goes to OAQC. There's a statutory 30-day comment period. So public can again comment, and that's my contact information, email, mobile number. So let's kind of flew through it. Any questions?
Mike, you want to turn on the light for us? Okay, questions from the board, this side of the room. Yes, Ken?
Dennis, I was expecting a little bit more than, from the scope of work, than just an overview of what you have on this page. I've been writing scopes of work, environmental assessments, environmental impact statements for about 50 years. So I know what I'm looking for. I didn't get it here.
Okay. So yeah, it'll be completed in September. So that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, on this 30-day comment period is from the day that you submit it to DPP?
No, the day it goes to OEQC.
Oh, okay. Is it going to be during the month of September when we're
No,
recessed?
it'll probably be realistically the end of September to end of October, 30-day comment
Okay,
period.
so then it'll be,
Yeah.
we'll have an opportunity
Because
to meet.
DPP takes about 2 to 3 weeks to review an EA, and if they accept it, they'll give the finding of no significant impact letter, or anticipated finding of no significant impact letter.
I'm trying to get the timeline in
Yeah,
my
so
head.
it goes.
You know, our meeting is October 12th.
Yeah, October 12th. So that'll be the middle of the 30-day comment period.
Okay, so then
It'll
you're going
probably
to,
be.
is it on the website or?
Yeah,
how?
it's on the OEQC website, all the comment periods, and not actually, by statute, we submit an EA to all agencies that commented, plus all the public libraries. So they all get copies of the EA, and also it's on the OEQC website, so you can always search for it on the website.
You're going to be sending it to us then, right?
Yes, because you commented, so we'll be,
Got it.
yeah.
Okay, so.
But I won't be sending it to you until DPP signs off on it, because there may be changes. There may or not be. My experience with submitting to DPP is about 3-week review, and they usually haven't asked for comments until the public comment period.
So would we, I guess what I want to know is, will we have the information by October 5th?
Yes, it'll probably be
We'll
around
have
the 30, right around the 30-day comment period time.
Okay, so then
'Cause
we'll
this-
have the opportunity to look at it and discuss it on October 12th?
Yes, yeah. Because the 30-day comment period, you submit the 2 OEQC dates for September are the 13th and 28th, but they don't publish the EA for another 10 days. So the 13th, if you submit on the 13th, it gets published in the 30-day comment period starts on the 23rd. If you submit on
Of September?
September, so 23rd to October 23rd. If you submit on September 28th, it gets 30-day comment period starts on the 8th or 9th of October, and it goes to November.
Okay,
That's how, yeah, OEQC has that 10-day window to review the EA and publish it. So once they publish it in the environmental notice, then the 30-day comment period
Okay.
kicks in.
all right. Questions from that side of the room? Questions from the community? Thank you, Dennis, for the update. Charlie, if you have a question, just ask him outside.
One more question, not question, information to pass on to you. The storm that we had to shut down Hawaii Road. When I walked to the water, it was 4 feet high. Hawaii Road, you know, on the freeway, Camp Highway. 4 feet high, okay. Plus 4 feet below the road. That's 8 feet plus. How many animals you gonna have on that property? They're gonna be toasted?
80 each. 80 cats, 80 dogs, roughly around there. So 160.
All right, any other questions for Mr. Silva? I see no other hands. Thank you very much for your presentation. Okay, next on the agenda is the Honolulu Charter Commission proposals. Anthony.
And as promised, when I give my reports, I also, on behalf of the department, I give updates to the board on the SPCA, since this has been an ongoing issue. In fact, it's been a year now since this came before DPP and the board, and it still seems like it's largely unresolved at this point, and I'll explain what I'm talking about. During my absence, the department did receive a pre-assessment form, or, well, more than a form, it was a pre-assessment, not a environmental assessment, but the kind of the draft of a draft, essentially trying to find out what the department's issues were. It was essentially very limited in scope. I think most of the information this board has already seen. I know our department has already seen it, so there was really no new information, or very little new information, that could be gleaned from that pre-assessment. And the department on July 22nd did write a very detailed letter describing some of the comments and issues that our department had. Now, when I read that this week, and basically I've been back since Monday. This is when, when I was allowed by my surgeon to come back to work. So I've been trying to do catch up. But one of the things, because I knew I wanted to explain this to the board, was, so I did the research and tried to get as updated as I could on SPCA and what our department has done for the past 60 days. Like I said, we did do a letter in response to Mr. Silva's request for comments on the pre-assessment draft. The staff planner that worked on that did a fine job in identifying a number of the zoning and land use regulatory deficiencies and questions that were on there. But I think because of the lack of experience and knowledge of natural resource management, did not really focus on that issue, even though what we're talking about is a special management area permit, which is a resource management permit. And I'm sorry that Mr. Silva and Ms. Ryan are not here to hear what I have to say, but I'll say it anyway, and they can read the minutes. I did receive this week information, and I think the slide presentation for the July meeting and the analysis that the board and the community have done. And it's very sophisticated. I was deeply impressed with the amount of knowledge that the board and the community have in relation to resource management. And I think that's evident by what we've seen today in this meeting with a lot of science. And with resource management, it's science that really dictates how one should take care of a resource. Because essentially the resource is finite, and that there is an equilibrium on that for every type of resource that needs protection. The DPP did not address all of that, nor did Mr. Silva. However, the information that I've received from the board identified a lot of that. I'm not sure it was the board. It was, I think, a community member that sent me this information. But it was excellent. And I am challenging both my staff and the board to be at that level. not the board, I'm sorry, the staff and the applicant to be at that level of sophistication in reviewing and coming up with a viable plan that could make an SMA permit approval possible. Again, you heard Mr. Silva say that they anticipate